Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room. Today we have Captain Bell, just shy of level 2. And we're gonna try the Sunless Skies thing again. It didn't work out too well the first time, but that means we can only get better. Let's investigate the black box. It was left to an earlier captain in your lineage by Amelia Whitlock, the first captain of the Orpheum. In her will, she asked that it be delivered to an address in London. The task has yet to be completed. It is a casket of black basalt longer than you are tall, unadorned with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must weigh most of a ton. It stands upright in a corner of the hold where the crew have pushed it out of the way. Consider what to do with it. Captain Whitlock had a specific request. Whether you obey it is up to you. Could examine the box. It has the dimensions of a sarcophagus plundered from the tomb of some forgotten prince of Egypt. We could sell the box as a curiosity. Without saying what's inside, you won't get much for the box, but at least you'll get it off your hands. Other possibilities that we don't have access to quite yet. We could consult with an academic, find someone who could open it from among your villainous associates, pick the lock yourself, or detonate the lock with a modest explosion. Alright. We'll have to look into that. Let's consider what to do with it. The last request of Captain Amelia Whitlock was for the box be transported to a specific address in London. Alternatively, you could perhaps find someone willing to purchase it as a curiosity. And if you knew what was inside, you might be able to command a higher price. That wasn't a whole lot. We're going to leave it be for now. We are going to keep exploring, though. Let's try to get the inspector. Where she's going this time. Trying to get the Port Prosper. Hire on crew? No, we've got crew. Let's see if we can find Port Prosper this time. My hopes aren't necessarily high. Does the journal have anything for us? Northeast. So I think we go up here, past the company house, and then we turn right. That was our mistake. We kept going left. Okay. This time, maybe. Let's send out some scouts. Your scout has nothing to report except that the sky is vast and the winds bite. Oh, jeez. Rude. It's a lighthouse. It's watching me. We have gone north. Time to head east. It's very red. North again, because why not? Send out a scout. New Winchester-built watchtowers here in a fruitless attempt to deter marauders. A homestead tucked away in a quiet corner of the sky. And our scout has found something. Something to crave. slightly alarmed. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. You sit down beside a cold, silent homestead. The windows are boarded, the door locked, but the foliage in the garden hasn't grown wild. It was abandoned in a hurry, and recently. We should probably leave swiftly, but maybe they left something behind. We failed. The house is empty except for a stinking corpse laid out on the kitchen table. A tablecloth, rapidly discoloring, has been laid over it for modesty. Boxes under the table contain old crockery, which must have been imported through the avid horizon in the first days of the Empire's expansion. We have a crate of nostalgic crockery. That'll be nice. We've also gained 10 terror. Perhaps it was worth it, perhaps not. Depends really on how much the crockery sells for. Havenwood. Ooh. Ah, you're the Marauder. We've done it. We've learned something from our experiences. The Reach Marauder is defeated. You approach the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. To the victor the spoils. The crew of the Marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with his fingernails. Little remains of them but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalenes can treat it, if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. Ooh, who are you, Captain Bell? I've forgotten. We could bring the fellow on board and begin a short quest, or put him out of his misery and end the short quest. Let's take him to Magdalene's. We were supposed to go there. I don't think we picked up the quest, but we could still go there. The crew wrap the sky-maddened captain in blankets, then secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalene's. Magdalene's lies to the north-northwest of New Winchester. The captain secured, you have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth on his locomotive before abandoning it to the wilderness. We have a tale of terror. Excellent. Ooh. We could loot the hold, some unusual cargo, or strip the engine for materials. We're not really in much need of repair, so let's loot the hold first, in case we can't do both. What could it be? A solid crate, stamped and carefully sealed. It is heavy as a dead man's weight. It takes a wrench and your strongest stoker to lever off the lid. When at last the crate opens with a heavy thud, your crew gasp. Inside, the lustrous saltine crystals of ground hours, mined and refined for commercial use. This is the final product of London's greatest and most precious enterprise. We have a barrel of unseasoned hours, and we could indeed only do one thing. You're not going to shoot me too, are you? Can we dock here? No. Just gonna slam it to the side for a second. Let's go this way. What'd you find, Scout? A wonder. Kind of alarming. I don't imagine most of the wonders here are gonna be good. The inscription on the memorial to the unknown rat is dedicated to those brave Ratis Faber who gave their lives in the early exodus to heaven. Memorial to the unknown rat. I can level up. I should do this. A moment of reflection. Choose a facet. Grow stronger. We could be scarred. That'll increase our fist. Iron is the name of that. A spell in prison. Up the veils. An interlude in red and gold. Ooh. For mirrors. A scandal. An esteemed predecessor. A disgraced predecessor. Also, we're a scholar. Academic. Well, our mirrors is pretty high, so let's capitalize on that. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. How colorful the other guests were. How red the curtains. How gold the fittings. How secure the locks. Eventually, you were allowed to leave. But was your recovery genuine? Yes, you're feeling much better, thank you. Through trial and error and determination, you learned to tell what is from what is not. The manager said he was sad to see you go. That's +5 to mirrors, +3 to iron, or no, you just learned to lie. You said what you had to, and they sent you home. Even now, your world is red and gold and splendid. Interesting. So, that's kind of a neat level up system. Rather than growing from your current adventures, you take a moment to reflect on something that happened in your past. So I'm inclined to do like, I want to capitalize on what's good. I want to get +5 to veils, +3 to hearts. Which would be a disgraced predecessor or a spell in prison. No, that's the wrong one. Where's the I? This is the only I one. Well, we could do a scandal. What's a scandal have for us? You were the gossip of London's salons and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of public opinion? A torrid affair. Secret letters, warm and yearning. Furtive assignations where desires, among other things, could be unlaced. The reports were salacious. Or a parade of debauchery. Absinthe, wantonness, more absinthe, brawling, gambling, blasphemy, and slander. Absinthe and prisoner's honey. Prisoner's honey alone. Prisoner's honey in company. Is there a vice you haven't explored? It's possible. There are only so many hours in the day. Interesting stuff. I do still want to get mirrors up to 30, though. I think we're going to go with an interlude in red and gold, where we learned to lie. Onwards and forwards. I like the rat memorial. Let's see, where are we in relation to New Winchester? It's here. We are north and a little east. This is kind of where we want to be. But we know how swiftly it can turn into somewhere we don't want to be. The skies are vast, but they are not empty. A stopped clock. Oh, right. The Fastidious Inspector. We're gonna permit it again. And bid her a good evening. Another scarred casualty of the interminable Winchester War. A wreck. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. We could mourn the dead. It is proper. We could signal the wreck. The windows of the crew quarters are occluded with frost. But was that movement you saw? Unlock this with 10 crew. Goodness. Yeah, let's do it. Success! Fantastic. A food stash. Your signaler fetches their signal lamp and flashes a patient message into each portside window. There, a faltering glow burns in the frost. Someone has struck a match. You dispatch a boarding party. They retrieve a survivor who is too weak to work, but will share their hoarded supplies with you. We've gained supplies. Excellent. We do so need them. Oh, hey. I don't like this. What if we grab it? Not the wreck. The terrifying tentacle. Well, we probably shouldn't go head first into tentacles. That doesn't sound like a great time. Come back here. Ooh. Be burning. Go, go, go. I'm not very good at this combat. Luckily, neither is my foe. Okay. Aha. This is a tough game. We've died again. It's okay, someone's going to find the port. We've inherited 39 gold, a partial chart, and we are starting at level 1. We'll do this one more time before we adjust the difficulty. Random captain! A soldier! You served in Her Majesty's military, but how exactly? In the Royal Horse Guards. It was a life of exactness, of timing, of posture, of formation, of demeanor. You were the face of the Empire's military, and the stern guardians of its heart. Our ambition is the truth. Sure, game. Why not? Just give me the difficult one. No, we're gonna roll again. A poet. Poetry was popular in old London. Some poets sought fame, others art. Some simply enjoyed bohemian company. 3 preeminent artistic movements have come to prominence. Which are your works most associated with? The Celestials. The Celestials revere the complexities of the natural order. All things have a place, from highest to high, from lower to least. They favor the intricate, the tranquil, the reflective. And this time we seek wealth. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars. Many more have failed, broken and lost in the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port, and retire. I think we can do that. With Captain Minerva. This time, we'll finish one quest. Maybe. We're going to do that next time. Until then, I have been Atticus. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.